Hello, I'm Kate Freeman and this is the Daily Dollop. On this episode of the Daily Dollop, we're going to be talking about the frustration and dangers of the fad diet cycle, the nutrition woo about fad dieting that makes nutrition experts furious, and also offer a more sustainable and realistic approach to changing your eating habits. Well, welcome to this pilot episode of the Daily Dollop. My name is Kate Freeman. I'm a registered nutritionist and the founder of the Healthy Eating Hub. And my personal mission in life is to set you free from food stress and to teach you how to eat well long term, not just for 8 weeks or 12 weeks. Fun fact about me is that I'm a teenage love child, so I'm not technically supposed to be here. But I am, and I'm living my life's mission, and the Daily Dollop is a little bit of a pipe dream come true to actually be doing this podcast and video series, particularly in 2020 of all years. What a time to be alive. So I want to talk about fad dieting in this episode, and it's actually called Give Fad Diets the Finger. And I hope my grandmother is not watching, because it's not something that I take lightly, giving the finger or flipping the bird. I was growing up in a very lovely home, and flipping the bird is not something I take lightly. But when it comes to fad diets, after 15 plus years helping people lose weight, improve their nutrition, I make an exception for them because they are messing people up. Years of fad diet culture has meant that despite a myriad of information that we have available to us online, we are frustrated, confused, we have no idea how to feed ourselves well, and that this food stress and body dissatisfaction just permeates our whole lives, our whole culture, and is really quite a massive source of stress and anxiety for us. And so in this episode, I really want to just start to call out some of the fad diet culture that we find around us and start to just share my own approach after years of helping people with their nutrition and hopefully encourage you to break free. I think at the end of the day, this is not about making you feel ashamed for doing diets, because that's actually just as bad as making you feel ashamed for eating a certain way and, eating junk foods or bad foods. At the end of the day, we need to remember that there's no moral value attached to food. And so my goal here is to not make anyone feel guilty or silly for doing a fad diet. You are a worthy and precious human despite what you eat. But what I would like to do is encourage you to take a more sustainable approach, one from a place of self-care and self-acceptance, not one from a place of body dissatisfaction and this immense pressure that we feel to conform to these societal norms of what we call beautiful. And, I think one of the things that I find is the most sticking point with this is actually thinking about your life 10, 20, 15 years from now. And I've said to many clients over the years, have a think about your life in 20 years' time. Do you still want to be going on and off the diet cycle, restriction, binging, a couple of good days followed by a couple of awful days of rules that you then end up breaking and think, I'll start again on Monday? Do you still want to be going through that horribly frustrating cycle in 20 years' time? Or does the idea of actually changing the way that you approach food and just becoming a healthy eater because you care about yourself, not because there's pressure on you to be a certain way or look a certain way or eat a certain way, and allowing those healthy eating behaviors that are realistic and sustainable to just become part of who you are, not cause you stress, and then layer on each other so that they start to build and they just become part of your daily routine. And so how nice would it be to think, if I started approaching food like that, it means in 20 years' time, I'm still eating well. I'm not stressed about food. These habits are just part of who I am. I have no food rules and subsequently no food guilt. You're enjoying life and you've been able to find the balance that's right for you. And I think what the problem with the fad diet industry is that it makes this promise that there is only one true way that you can eat to get the results that you want. And if the pressure to look a certain way or get your body to conform to these ideals is high, you will do anything. I fully get that feeling that you will try anything to get the body to be what you want it to be. But unfortunately, you find as you start the diet, right, that prescribes out every single meal and snack and drink that you can have, that it doesn't suit you, or you're bored, or it's not enough food for you. You're hungry, you're tired, you're lethargic. Heck, if you're really under eating, you're dizzy and feeling unwell, which then results in a complete rebellion from this rigid restrictive eating pattern to then one of overeating. Some people struggle with binging and this feeling that they are out of control. And both those extremes, this one of high restriction swinging across to overeating, are not healthy. And none of those places feel good. On the restriction end, the rules are confining and stifling, and you're hungry and miserable and you're missing out on social occasions and your favorite foods. But on this other end, you're feeling also out of control, ashamed, guilty, maybe physically sick and unwell. Your body's not feeling great. And so what I want to share with you, particularly in this pilot season of the Daily Dollop, is the middle ground, that there is this place where you can be a healthy eater, eat foods that nourish you, fill you up, make you feel good, promote health in your body, and enjoy life. Engage in social situations, go out with your family, enjoy your favorite foods, but find the balance that's right for you. Because what the diet industry wants you to believe really is that you're not good enough and that you need to fix yourself. But the truth is that you are good enough and that there is no one true diet. And so as you'll find as you come through the episodes on this season, is that we're going to call out some woo and I'm going to present you with some science. And so I've got a study that I want to share with you. You'll find the study in the show notes. It's called Fad Diets, Lifestyle Promises and Health Challenges. But it's just a really nice summary that was published in 2016 by some researchers around fad dieting and just calling out how ridiculous they are. And their abstract, which is the summary of the paper, is so good I want to read it to you. It says a good number of people are undertaking fad diets with the hope to lose weight fast and easy. High promises. This is going to be great. You're going to look beautiful. It's going to be so easy. High promises, right? Don't deliver. And then furthermore, media and peers contribute to the popularity of fad diets as they put pressure on individuals who desire a certain body image, which leads to low self-esteem and perhaps eating disorders. Despite the fact that fad diets may appeal as a simple way to lose weight, recent studies have shown that such diets in the long term are unsustainable and can bring adverse side effects to health. Consideration of the reviewed literature suggests that lifelong changes in diet and lifestyle might be the best approach to maintain a healthy weight in the long term. And to me, this study sums up everything that the Daily Dollop is about. It's about actually saying, no, the lies that you've been sold from the diet industry, that one, you're wrong because you look a certain way and we need to fix you. And two, there is one true diet that you must stick to in order to be healthy. We're just debunking all of those things. And what I'm going to do is present to you through the science some really healthy ways and habits that you can build into your life so that you can do a more long-term sustainable approach. And so really what I want to bring with you through this pilot season is this concept of the accumulative benefit of marginal gain, which is just one healthy eating habit layering on top of the next. And when you give yourself the opportunity to focus on one part of your diet at a time, give it the mental energy, you actually start to weave it into the fabric of your life. That habit needs to suit you, be realistic and sustainable, one not of restriction of food rules, but one from a place of self-acceptance. And then the layering of those small little health changes actually makes a big difference long term. So I'm really excited to have you join me for this pilot episode. I'm looking forward to bringing you a daily dollop of healthy eating advice to help you feel free from food stress. And I look forward to seeing you in the next episodes. Make sure you subscribe, give me a rating. Any feedback that you have for me, I would super duper love. There's show notes. This is the first time I'm doing this. I'm absolutely no idea what else I'm supposed to say to close off a podcast, but thank you so much for tuning in. I'll see you in the next episode.